Hello there, my friendly acquaintances. Happy 2025. I am George Bruno, and I'm joined by my illustrious co-hosts, Dan T-Bone Jones, also known as Jonesy, and Mr. Frank Leverboy Garon. And we never get tired of saying that, ever.
Never get tired of hearing it either.
Seriously, my biggest regret is that I did not get that nickname because I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyways, happy 2025 to everybody. I'll give the guys their first word. Go ahead, say something.
Mr. Jones. Oh, not everybody at once. Wow, it's
right.
All I'm going to say is the best time to get started was yesterday. The second best time to get started is right now. So let's do this. I know the whole new year, new you is a very cliche thing, but it is an important mindset shift for a lot of people. Resolutions are bullshit. So let's just get that out of the way.
Right.
But we do want you to win, and we'll hold you accountable to that. So let us help you with that. All right. We're going to create a series of small, good habits and new routines every single day, and enter a stage of constant improvement, progress, and not perfection.
Oh man, do I love that. That is just really something. Wow. Frank.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's as if Jonesy was eavesdropping in my office, because Monday's newsletter talks about the fact that resolutions are kind of bullshit and you can change and start anytime you want. And that the power of the present moment is the thing that you need to really learn to master, the present moment, not the past or the future. So we'll get into that. But boy, I'm excited about today's subject, man. Today's topic. This is I sit up and pay attention, and I love this, man. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I guess as we discover more about this particular utility, I don't know if it would be called a utility. We're going to be talking about AI today and how to promote your business or optimize your business through artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, and various outlets like that. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and I wasn't even aware that you can upload like your blood work to ChatGPT and have it scan your whatever levels of everything in your blood and kind of give you a rundown, an interpretation like your doctor would. It was also, you can also, you can create your ChatGPT to be a coach for you. I was listening to My First Million this morning with Sam Parr and Sean Puri, and Sam says he was asking AI to ask him questions that a life coach would ask him, and it started doing that, and then he was answering them, and he was allowing ChatGPT to kind of get to know him and keep him accountable. And I'm like, wow, what a brilliant move that was. So I'm always fascinated. I know we all have experience with AI right now, and it's the future, and it's happening fast. What are your thoughts, Jonesy, on how a person can use AI in the realm of starting their own business and maybe firing their boss?
You see me salivating over here.
I saw it.
AI is and I apologize in advance. I will be taking over this show right now. As a marketing agency creator and owner, as a founding member of Conversion Chemistry and co-host of the Fire Your Boss podcast, dare I say I am an authority on AI. I will not say I am an expert, because one needs what's the calculation? 10,000 hours of practicing a thing to be an expert. So anybody who claims to be an AI expert is probably like Sam Altman, Zuckerberg, one of those people who's steeped on the daily. Not I. And real computer scientists are experts. I am proficient. I have specific use cases for it. And I will say this episode, we're only going to barely scrape the surface on what we can do with AI. So I think it's something we might even want to touch on monthly with specific use cases, because it's so pervasive right now. Really, the way AI is playing out just as a paradigm shifter is it's tracking along the way the dot-com boom existed in the late 90s, the way the app boom existed 15 years ago. Social media, 5 to 10 years ago was the paradigm shift. Now it's AI. So there's a lot of misconceptions around it. There's a lot of good uses and bad uses. For every positive output you get from GPT, there's a potential Skynet on the other side if it's wielded incorrectly.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I will position that we dedicate this episode to the custom GPTs within ChatGPT, within the context of ideation, because we're specifically talking about firing your boss and creating a side hustle here.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good move. All of us have done full day AI workshops, attended them, and I know you guys actually did. You taught an AI workshop, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I mean, that's module 9 of our digital dominance blueprint, and our Fire Your Boss side gig starter kit is literally dedicated to AI.
Wow.
And specifically authentic AI use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Shameless self plug. I started watching that while I was waiting for us to get switched over earlier while I was in the dressing room. And that work stands. You know what I mean? Jonesy, some good stuff there.
I remember in the last mastermind that conversion chemistry did, and I will give a little shout out to conversion chemistry. Those of you that are not part of conversion chemistry, you have to just go to it. Don't ask any questions. Just go to it and join it and thank us later. But I remember in the last conversion chemistry mastermind, was it what the heck was it Bill that did an AI course? Remember he gave a shout out to an AI course that cost like $27 or something. Remember that? There was something.
Yeah, that's good. Frank was affiliating and selling an AI course that wasn't ours, so we have to have a sidebar about that because we have our own course that we're supposed to be promoting.
Ah, yes. Well, as a matter of fact, stay tuned for the FYB.
And it is a great course. It's one of our dare I say mentors in the internet marketing business, Marlon Sanders. But I'm going to tell everybody to shop at home first, which is within the ecosystem of conversion chemistry, and buy a $27 course when you can buy a $47 course using discount code Bruno and get 10 courses, including AI.
Bingo. That's what I was looking for. It doesn't have to be a mystery. Studying removes the mystery. And I'll ask Frank about this. Frank, so many people are freaked out by AI. They think it's like Mark of the Beast. They think, next thing you know, we're going to be putting chips on our hand and on our forehead, and I get that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things happening in the world between Elon Musk's Neuralink, AI, and all this kind of, like, there was a company that installed a chip inside, like, in someone's hand, and they no longer have to clock in. They just says what time they walk in the door and what time they leave and that kind of stuff. And there was a company that started promoting that. I don't know if all of them, if that company is still doing that. I read that last year. That could be a little, I don't know if it's invasive or, messing around with privacy, like it knows when you go to the bathroom or something like that. But Frank, what are your thoughts on how would you calm the fears of somebody who is afraid of AI?
Well, I have a client who is definitely afraid of it, thinks it's the mark of the beast
Yes,
and
I was hoping
everything
you would
in
bring that up.
between. Well, I love this person, and I've been coaching him for quite some time now. Not going to name names, but I'm like, dude, do you use Google for your searching? Yes. How about things like Dragon Naturally Speaking or any of these other, voice to text programs? All this is Google on steroids. It's the Lou Ferrigno version of Google in my mind. It's not alive. It's not sentient. It's just a faster way of getting your information and a much more personalized way of getting information, especially some Jonesy, I'm sure, and I hope you will cover how to set up a Frank bot or a Jonesy bot or a Bruno bot.
I'm so glad you teased that. It's funny, we didn't even plan that segue right there. I happen to be ready to pull the curtain back and show everybody the AI engine that is.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
excited.
So you want me to jump right into it?
Yeah, jump into it, man.
All right. Watch, we're gonna
The
do this.
suspense is killing me.
We're using a new app here, so just stand by. We'll do a screen
I just
share.
turned 60. I don't have much time to waste.
Let's go right here first. We're going to talk about Jonesy's 4 rules of AI. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
I can't see anything. Oh, there we go.
These are my 4 rules of staying true in the AI age. Basically, to mitigate and assuage the fear of it becoming Skynet, how to wield it responsibly, and to get good output. What people at large, all right, we can talk about audience segmentations in particular markets, but people, the 3 of us here, our folks listening, our friendly acquaintances, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, our fathers, everybody is sick of being sold to and is already sick of seeing inauthentic content already. So my whole positioning is use AI as a human augmentation, not as a replacement. So with that, be ethical. That's the first rule. 2 is use good data. We'll get into that with the custom GPTs, especially. The more data, the better the data set. And that can be anything. That can be a brand kit. That can be advertising analytics. That can be your health data. If you're looking to self-diagnose something, not doctors, but that is a use case. Be a human. All right. That's kind of self-referential to authenticity. However, it's very poignant because that's the element that's always going to be missing from AI. AI thinks that movies that haven't been written yet already exist because it can be tricked. So staying on top of it, being the manager, being the person on the top who's controlling the AI is especially important. And putting that human touch on it, especially if we're talking about content, generative content, copywriting. Then TAR, test, adjust, and repeat. You can ask it to play devil's advocate. You can ask it to revise. You should tell it to revise. You should actually get it to it being AI, a critic of itself. You can write a book and then use another chat bot, another instance to be the editor of said book. And then test and see what results you get at. Just A/B test the hell out of it, like we would with any other, type of marketing activity.
Exactly. Great point there.
So I'm not going to show Frank bot, but what I'll show is the Fire Your Boss bot. And the context is this is within ChatGPT Plus. So that's the paid version. You have the ability to create a custom bot. And I'll take everybody kind of through what we talk about a little bit in conversion chemistry, which is the process of a very basic, specific GPT, which is going to have 3 elements. It's going to have the role, the soul, and a goal. So the role is giving it literally a title, giving it a responsibility. You're a content creator. You are a doctor's assistant. You are a mathematician. Give it a role. You're a social media manager. Doesn't matter. Start with the role. The soul refers to who you are targeting, to your audience. So That could be, all right, George, what is your avatar for your coaching clients? Because you know it like the back of your hand.
Yeah, men that are in acute distress from divorce or breakup.
Age range?
25 to 75.
Okay, perfect. So we have that right there. So you're naming a demographic and a little bit of psychographic. And then the third part is the goal. The goal of the GPT is whatever you want that output to look like. So you say, I want 30 days of social media posts, or I want to brainstorm 30 days of social media posts. Or here's my top 3 ideas. Which one of these do you think is the best coming from our target audience? So that's it. The role, the soul, the goal. A responsibility, a target audience, and the desired or expected outcome. That is the most basic formula for prompt engineering. And the more you engineer a prompt, the better output you're going to get. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So let me pull back the curtain here again. All right, share screen. Let's go with, I want to say here. We got this?
Yep.
I can see it.
All right. Cool. Groovy. Let's hide some of these tabs. We have too much crap open. All right. So this is the back end of a custom ChatGPT bot. This is the Fire Your Boss bot. So our main use case for this bot is basically for ideation. Reflecting back on the be human rule, we never use AI to be the final output for any piece of content ever. We'll use it to reshape content. Certainly we'll use it for ideation. We'll use it for brainstorming. We'll use it for editing. It gives us the jumping off point, shaving hours and hours and a lot of money, saving a lot of money and time. So the way I set this up in configure, we name it, give it a description. That's basically just an internal reference for you to see. Just I'll pull back the curtain again. We have bots for pretty much every use case as a marketing agency, and some of them have multiple, different types of bots for specific reasons. I gotta go back to Fire Your Boss bot. I lost it already. Too many. There we go. Now we want to go back in. Oh, I was in there the whole time. This will make a good edit point.
It's a bloopy.
And there we go. All right, so we're back in the back end here. So there's the basic instructions, and there's a reason it looks shorter than you may think, is because I have uploaded other documents for this bot to refer to. So anyway, you are going to help me as a marketer for the Fire Your Boss podcast, and then I give a description of what the Fire Your Boss podcast is. It's very, very basic. I'm going to instruct this GPT to use the knowledge base, which is here. You upload it with documents that are specifically for this bot. The most basic is going to be a brand kit, which includes word stock, copywriting, styling, messaging, what the brand is, what it solves, who the target audience is, the stuff George just talked about. I'm going to ask it, and this is one of my favorite ones, avoid using these words and phrases in the negative phrases list. So this negative phrases list, I used to keep it as like a text file that we would just upload, and then realized that because we're a marketing agency and we use Notion as a CRM, we can keep a live list and then have the GPT refer to that list. We don't want it to use overused GPT keywords. I'll give an example. Go look on your feed on whatever social media you're on, and you'll see advertising that uses the phrase unlock your potential 10 times a day now. I just red car ruled you. You're going to see it. It's like the number one overused, hackneyed GPT phrase. So I actually have unlock your potential as the top 3 words that we avoid using to avoid sounding like a robot. Always crawl the conversion chemistry blog for our latest insights. Frank and I publish newsletters multiple times a week. So we want to refer to that when we're talking about marketing and entrepreneurship. So that's just a way of injecting our working intellectual capital into this bot without reprogramming it every time. Always crawl Google Trends to factor in current events. So that's kind of just a standing order. I want this bot to use, see what's going on in the world. The ChatGPT itself as AI, it only updates when we give it more information. So the most up-to-date news and events are not inherently programmed in there. This allows me to crawl and do that automatically. I don't know if we can see the PDFs. They might not pop up, but that's the feeder in the brand kit. So everything I talked about, our mission statement, our core values, our target audience, vision statement, everything we want to do with the Fire Your Boss podcast, to ignite entrepreneurial spirit, people who are ready to free themselves from the daily grind. So that's that. That's how you program a custom GPT.
Now, how long would that take the average person, and not a superhero like you, me, or George?
Well, now they have the formula, so hopefully a lot less time than it may have if they were starting from scratch. The first thing you want to have that brand kit first.
Right.
You want to have
show you how to put one of those. Oh, sorry. I mean to step on your line, Jones. You go ahead.
That's it. So I had some assets lined up already and the formula. So that took me all of 8 minutes to make. But that's because I created the process. No more than a half hour. However, you do need to have some of these things lined up. You need to have an idea of what you want the GPT to do. And you want to have that brand kit already created. Now, pro tip, you can actually use GPT to create a brand kit. But that's going to take longer. And there's a lot more back and forth in order to create that.
I got a question for you. Is this available? What you are showing us, is this available at Conversion Chemistry?
It is. It's both in our premium membership, which you get all access to everything we ever have created and ever will. Premium pro level membership gets. It is also module 9. This entire formula is in module 9 of the side gig starter kit, available on fireyourboss.win.
Wow. Okay, cool. Very cool. Hey, boy, this is a dumb question, and I'm surprised that I don't know the answer to this. What does GPT stand for?
Generative preformative transformation or transformer.
Okay, that's why they call it ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm asking that for the first time. But
it is
okay.
It is an LLM, a large language model. So it sucks in all of our words, lexicon, phrases, makes sense of it, and then spits back out content based on what it thinks is the most human content.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And FYB means Fire Your Boss. We're just doing alphabet soup with our acronyms here.
Yeah. Give me a great use case of how you have used ChatGPT with your clientele in your marketing agency.
Okay, so that formula for the Fire Your Boss bot, any client that we do any sort of social media content creation and marketing for, we use that for ideation. Then one of my recommendations is always going to be still create one piece of killer pillar content, meaning the one piece of content that you create from scratch that you stand by, that's your most powerful. Example, George, your YouTube channel. That is we'll say the Daybreak Show is your pillar content for Listen My Son for George Bruno. For Conversion Chemistry, that would be our newsletter. All right. So create killer content the first time from scratch. You can use GPT for ideation, but never for the actual writing and creation of the thing. So you start with that. But you can use that for brainstorming. And the second is, all right, well, we're on multiple social medias and multiple channels. How do I take this one piece of killer pillar content and propagate it through the other channels? Well, that's easy. I'm going to upload a script of, say I'm managing the Daybreak Show. All right. Say you hire us to manage your social media, whatever that means. All right. So I'm going to take the transcript of the Daybreak show, and now I'm going to create a newsletter based on that episode using George
Okay.
Bot. All right. And then I'm going to go back through and edit it, take out stuff I don't want, rewrite some sentences. But the truth of the matter is that's still original content because it's your transcript. You said all these things. There's nothing inauthentic about that. All right, cool. So now you got a newsletter.
Right.
You're also going to create a blog post that's sort of similar to the newsletter, but longer, more reflecting back and referring to the transcript. That blog will have the YouTube video embedded in it. The newsletter will refer to the blog. See where I'm going here? We make it a full synergistic cycle.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I'm going to take my 30-minute Daybreak show, George's 30-minute Daybreak show, toss that up on Opus Clip, wait 20 minutes, do something else in the meantime, probably more content. Now I've got 30 clips that I can produce as YouTube shorts and Instagram reels and TikTok videos, all from one content.
Wow.
It
Okay.
eliminates the boring bitch work. That's what it does. It eliminates the mundane, boring bitch work.
Okay. That's pretty darn cool. That's pretty darn cool.
I'd rather eliminate, like, speed run my brainstorming and pick two great ideas. We'll say 3 good ideas out of 10 and 1 great idea out of 3. And now I'm focusing on that content. I'm not thinking about what am I posting next.
Right. Right.
And then you can leverage stuff like the Google Trends and whatnot to get the most up-to-date hashtags. And that's basically just algorithm fuel.
Right. Frank, give me a use case, a ChatGPT, an AI use case that you have experienced.
Oh, that's easy. I'm working with a client right now, and you know her, and hopefully you'll see her later this month. But she's writing a book on parenting, how to raise responsible young men in today's crazy ass world, basically, And she started out with an idea. I taught her how to go to ChatGPT and how to have it prove that there's a business case for this. In other words, show me the competition. Where do these parents that have these kind of kids, where do they go? What do they read? What do they participate in? This, that, and the other thing. Next thing we did, I had her write an outline of a possible book. We fed that outline into ChatGPT, and we said, tell us what we're missing. It came up with 3 or 4 additional chapters. She had ChatGPT write the chapters, and then she put her own magic on it. In other words, she said, give me 7 reasons why X is so important. And then she changed it up so that it was in her own voice, in her own way. As Jonesy said, there's no AI output hitting the table. This is all original content. It was all her thoughts, all of her suggestions, all her input. All it did was ChatGPT. All it did was sort of rearrange the flow and the sequence. We said, what else are we missing in this book, et cetera, et cetera. So now she's got a 60-page, 14 chapters, I believe, ebook that will be ready to sell and promote and this and that. And she can extract from that pages and thoughts and so forth to put everywhere, just like Jonesy said, TikTok for as long as it lasts, Facebook, YouTube, etc. And this was somebody that in the summertime had no idea what she wanted to do. Now, over the Christmas and New Year's break, she's completed it, and I little things like going back in there and saying, hey, put some clip art or stock images in every pages so it's not one big tome that goes on for a day and a half. She's working on that and some editing, but it's her thoughts and her insight and her opinion that were all fed into ChatGPT. Out the back end came a really nice piece that I believe she is and will continue to be quite proud of. It's got her touch, her voice. It's basically like ChatGPT is like when we used to have a term paper to write in school. You went to the library and you went to the encyclopedias, right? The
Yeah.
data and the facts were there, but you still had to write it in your own style, and you couldn't plagiarize. You had to do your citations and blah blah blah. That's really all this is. It's basically almost looking in a mirror or a set of encyclopedias or whatever, and getting feedback and data from it, and just fine tuning it and putting a little spit and polish on it so that it's your own voice. And that's just one of the cases. I mean, I use it for every newsletter we write. I shouldn't say, I say 90%, because last couple I've had a bee in my bonnet, and I've been very inspired to write my own stuff. But even then I use Dragon Naturally Speaking rather than type, because I can talk faster than I can type, even after 28 years full time.
Exactly.
Wow.
That takes it completely full circle. Is start with the medium that you are either most comfortable or best at, and that's what you're doing. You're narrating your newsletter. That's perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
And
I like
it
that a
comes over
lot.
more like, it comes over more like me than if I wrote it, because I'm speaking it. And there's no excuse for sloppiness. Like, you have to have an outline and an agenda, know what you want to say. But boy, I can bat out a newsletter in half to a third of the time I could have typing it, and it's better because it's coming directly from the brain. There's no brain finger translation or editing or second guessing. I get it all down on paper. Then I go look and I say, do I want this in there? Do I want more of that in there, etc.? And then I can take that same newsletter, like Jonesy said, we whack it, stack it. I can make a video, put it through Opus, whole bunch of clips. It's amazing how multi-platform you can get. I mean, obviously you can do all that longer and more laboriously without ChatGPT, but I mean, far from this thing being a work of the devil, I think it's heaven sent as far as output and productivity go. A tool is any tool is only as good as the person using it, George?
Yeah. It's interesting. Most of us think ChatGPT is for information products and conceptual products. What about physical products? What about something that I can hold in my hand? There's people in our FYB audience, and I'm sure the conversion chemistry audience, that designed something literally physical. How can they use that to market, sell, promote their physical item that they created?
This is insane, George. I'm going to show you why in 1 second. So what I was doing was, because I know we're getting near on time here, I asked Fire Your Boss bot, hey, we just did an episode about custom GPT's ideation and generative content. What are 10 other AI topics we can discuss for future episodes? Highly specific use cases. So that way we can pick the top 3 out of here and then pick the next best one. Number 7 was AI for physical product development. How generative design algorithms and AI are revolutionizing product prototyping and manufacturing. Look at that. Can't make this stuff up. Can't make that stuff up.
Wow.
It's all over.
Wow,
Skynet has become self-aware.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. That's something I want to do a little research on, actually, because I don't really deal in the realm of prototyping and product development. However, without digging further, the way I would do it is try to tap into like 3D printing designs, like rendering software like Blender, which I've never used myself. That's really out of my wheelhouse, but asking it to come up with some designs in Blender, and then, I don't know, creating a 3D print file and then getting somebody to 3D print it. That's only because I've commissioned a friend of mine to 3D print a giant duck for my Jeep. So that's kind of the world I'm delving into.
Right.
But without even digging further, there's how you get at least a design of something. And there's a lot of businesses out there that will do MVP, minimum viable products, prototyping and production. So I mean, really, I would just start with the idea and the desired outcome. And who knows, it may even guide you on how to find those entities or what the next steps are.
Yeah. Wow. It's endless. And I think we're going to be talking a lot about ChatGPT and AI during 2025. I really think I didn't have my first cell phone or laptop till I was like 41 years old. Right. So I am Mr. Analog all the way. And, for this, I feel like Superman, like I was 20 years late to the IT game, but I'm current with AI, and I feel good about it. It's, and I'll tell you what, sitting in various workshops and trainings really helped remove a lot of the mystery, and I'm glad that conversion chemistry has a component about AI in it. I love that. So, all right, I'll give you the last word, Mr. Frank Garon.
Well, AI, it's coming to a town near you, so you might as well get on board. And it's not that hard. That's the main thing. It's not hard. It's like you type sentences in, it gives you answers. You type more sentences in, it gives you answers. Like Jonesy said, it's all in the prompts, and they're not hard to learn.
Yeah, it reminds me of, I don't know, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, I saw Dennis Waitley do a seminar, and he said, you're either online or in the bread line. Of course, this was before everybody had, a laptop or a computer in their home. And, we have to come up with some kind of phrase like that. You're either AI or you are, I don't know, some kind of snappy little chat GPT AI kind of thing. So, all right, Jonesy, final word.
Final word. You're either AI or you're out of ideas. That's what GPT just told me. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
Stay bold, stay driven, and keep building that dream. Written and directed by ChatGPT. Fire Your Boss Bot.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Do we have any special offers? Anything that we want to offer our audience?
FireYourBoss.win, conversionchemistry.com. Code Bruno gets you 25% off all the things in perpetuity.
I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your time, and we will probably be seeing you soon, obviously, at the end of January. And when is, I know people can sign up for a sample, what's the word? A
preview?
A mastermind group, a no-risk mastermind group with conversion chemistry if they want to attend one to see if it's for them.
Yeah, it's like getting saved by Spider-Man. Everybody gets one, and you can get a taste of our mastermind, which is the pro members only. Once you get a complimentary pass, if you go to conversionchemistry.com, scroll down half a scroll, and you'll see the sign-up form, where you can join us for our second Tuesday of the month, Zoom call mastermind with the elite. All these people
last one
today actually are participants in that.
Yeah, that last one was exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. It was the best one yet of the ones that I attended. So I encourage everyone to check that out and, get in on the free trial. See if it's for you. Kind of, try it before you buy it kind of thing. And you'll see the caliber of people that you'll be working with. It's quite amazing. And we have quite a few people that are part of it. And I'm not going to mention any of the names right here, but there's a lot of people who we have talked about in the past year here on Fire Your Boss who are part of conversion chemistry and are literally reaping some of the rewards of using it in their day-to-day business. So
yeah, we have some nice success stories going on.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
It's great.
And it's just the beginning. This is brand new. And we already have instant wins. So get in on the ground floor of this thing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, my friendly acquaintances. Thank you, my co-hosts. And for the friendly acquaintances, go to fireyyourboss.win, conversionchemistry.com. Use the promo code Bruno to get 25% off. And if you have any questions, if you want one-to-one coaching above and beyond what FYB or Conversion Chemistry can offer, feel free to reach out to Frank or Jonesy for any kind of one-to-one coaching. And I know their time is limited. These guys are legendary in their fields. And what do they say? He's outstanding in his field or something. Wasn't there a joke about that years ago?
Yeah.
He's outstanding in his field, and that's where he should stay, or something like that. Standing in a field. I don't know. I heard that like 40 years ago. He's outstanding in his field, and that's where he should stay, in a field. So,
I'm not familiar.
All right.
I'm going down the rabbit hole in that one.
Anyways, thanks, guys. Thank you to the audience, and we'll see you soon. Bye. We'll see you soon on Fire.
Start my own successful game. I'll be the